State your names for the record.
Sade Caillou Ashampong.
Osei Ashenpong.
Afternoon, Judge. Stuart J. McInerney, happened to patient.
All right. And what are we doing on this case today?
Your Honor, you had scheduled this for just a review to be brought up to date, I imagine, on what.
The payment plans, yes. So how is it going?
To date, they've paid.
All right. And so how much is left owing on this?
$2,660.12.
So at $500 a month, it's going to be, oh, go ahead.
And I also have like an additional 500 monthly. When we had our case in our final judgment, I believe that was.
What she's saying is we were on the case together. So when we came to court the last time, you had dismissed my garnishment. My wife's garnishment didn't go through, so hers continued. When we put the paperwork in, he made it as another case. So she's still being garnished.
Well, it's $150, so I get paid.
It's additional to the 500 that we had already agreed to. So we're trying to figure out why and if we can stop that garnishment because we're already splitting a payment of $250 because we're on the same case for $500.
So right now he gets 500, which was the case that was judgment, and then I pay an additional 150, so a total of 650.
Okay, so hold on a second, ma'am. You pay that additional 150.
Yep.
How?
$75 is taken out of my check every 2 weeks.
Got it. Mr. Mack, you know anything about that?
Yes, Your Honor, the defendants have actually misstated the facts. There are two judgments, basically, two judgments. So they are equally liable. So Mr. Akumengapong.
Hold on, no. So how?
Because we're on the same case, sir.
Sir, I didn't ask you to state anything to me. So, Mr. Mack, these parties agreed they were going to pay $500 a month.
No, they did not.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it on September 1st of 2023. You were present in my court.
Yes.
Defendants to pay $500 per month. Defendants.
Okay, and so what I'm saying is the judgment against Mr. Akumengapong was ordered by you at $500 a month. At the time, there was no garnishment against Mrs. Akumengapong. That's why we sued them both individually and severally.
So hold it, when did the garnishment happen?
The garnishment happened through the Ypsilanti schools. The garnishment was.
No, when was that ordered? When did you request a garnishment?
That was ordered by the school.
Where's Ann?
Okay, first of all, Your Honor, with all due respect to the court ordered me to prepare an order of garnishment concerning this here argument. And the order clearly stated, as of September 15, 2023, and no later than the 15th of succeeding months, the defendant Akumengapong is to pay $500 per month of penalty. And then, so,
All right. No. You can play those technicalities all you want with me, but here's the reality of it. The motion and affidavit for installment payment plans was filed in both of these defendants' names. Out of that motion for payment plan, I suspended garnishments because I would have to do that when I order the payment plan. If the order is incorrect, then I'm vacating that order.
I've got both right here.
Both what?
Separate names, separate garnishments. Right here. Right here.
Show them this. Their motion and affidavit for payment plans. At the top, both names. It is in fact, once I ordered it, illegal for you to garnish either one of their checks when I've suspended it.
I'm going by what the court has ordered the garnishment. You asked me a question.
Okay, if you're saying, give me that file back. And Mr. Mack, we're gonna make it right. Today. All garnishments. Are hereby ordered suspended. As to both defendants. Defendants, plural, shall pay $500 per month as previously ordered.
Your Honor, there's something else I'd like to bring to the court's attention. Your colleague, Judge Barr, issued an order stating that Mrs. Angamendapong would pay $150 a month. I don't know if that's
Vacated. That's not what was ordered on this case. If you want to bring that up before Judge Barr and he wants to discuss it with me as to which order will hold, you can. But I will tell you in this case that these funds are coming from, it is $500 per month. As I've indicated, any garnishment that has been issued is hereby ordered by this court suspended. Counsel for the plaintiff will prepare that order and have it on my desk by Monday morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will the date of the 15th,
Are we finished?
will the date of the 15th that you had ordered and the
Date of the 15th of what? The payments? There'd be a payment 15th of each month, as it's previously ordered, but only $500.
as to both of them combined. So, and I want to get this clear, and there's another.
I think I'm very clear.
Well,
These two will pay $500 per month, Mr. Mack. That's it.
okay.
There'll be no other garnishments of any personal wages or anything along those lines. Those are all suspended. You will prepare an order to that effect, my desk, Monday morning.
All I'm talking about is the mailing of it because of the issue, okay? So, these folks, they pay $14 to have some kind of expedited mailing, and they keep doing that. But I'm saying as an officer of the court, and in fairness to them,
Well, what? You now want to be fair to them?
well,
Seriously?
Judge,
He set up an agreement where we could drop something off.
Well-
He told us that we could not drop it off at his office and
yes,
that he designated a specific place
yes.
and
So-
someone else to give it to.
So-
So therefore and it was only once where I did certified mail for it on the 15th to be
Yes.
sent to him.
Yes, and they can keep doing that. They can well keep doing that.
It
But-
costs more money to do that. The reason that we said we could drop it off on the 15th
Oh.
because we don't get it until the 15th.
Yeah.
So we wanted to drop the money orders off as soon as we get them. But he's not allowing us to do that.
Well, it isn't that, it's just about dropping it off. But, you
Well,
know,
he
Judge,
instructed us.
No, here's what we're gonna do. Your $500 per month, you need to have it in cash. Defendants to pay monthly payments on the 15th of each month into court escrow.
Okay,
So you just bring it here, the $500. I don't know what their problem with taking your money. We'll be more than happy to take your money.
thank you.
that's fine. All this is done for their convenience, that's fine.
I'm done, Mr. Mack. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Sam, you need to-
Court calls.
Here, Your Honor.
Hello. What's your name?
Isa Kelly.
All right. What's owing? What's plaintiff's claim?
The amount owing, including late charge for the month of January is $3,574. She's not under she's a current month-to-month tenant. Her portion of the rent is $797 a month. She owes 3 months of that. We haven't received the housing payment of $441 yet. Although they do usually pay on the 4th or the 5th, it hasn't posted yet. So we're asking for the purposes of the hearing today, $23.91, $300 in month-to-month fee, $225.
Is that for 3 months?
What? Yeah,
It's $100 per month?
correct, the month fee,
Plus the $75 late fee.
plus a $75 late fee, which is provided for in the lease.
Are
Per
you
month.
Section 8, ma'am? Or-
Your Honor, may I speak?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, so they're charging me for the 3 months of the $797. I haven't received a letter from them, plus the $100 late fee. I believe there's a $25 reoccurring fee, which they usually charge. Maybe it's not on here
It's
this
not on
time.
there.
Usually it is, plus the attorney cost. I had a lot of repair issues with Randolph Court Apartments. I put in my first repair issue September 11th. They did not repair anything in that 30 days. I got a letter from Fair Housing Center said that Randolph Court Apartments Group 5 Management is currently under investigation for discriminatory practices against Black and brown people who receive a Section 8 voucher. I do receive a Section 8 voucher. I feel in the last 4 months, I have been retaliated against due to the fact that there is an ongoing investigation. Right now.
I have no knowledge of any such investigation.
I do have the paperwork to claim everything that.
Go ahead, ma'am, with what you were saying.
Sorry, but I suffer from social anxiety. I'm trying to get this all
It's
out.
okay. Go
without
ahead.
crying.
Go ahead.
Because it's been hard. So I reached out to Nikki Green. She explained to me they do have an ongoing investigation because they have been withholding maintenance requests. Then I contacted RPI Management. I spoke with Joy Peterson. Joy Peterson set me up for an inspection. I believe that was, it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
When Eric came out, Rabia Aslam, who was their property manager, refused him entry into my apartment. I contacted Joy. I said, no one came out. This is all in the emails. So I can state this is true. That Rabia said that he could not enter my unit and that they would finish with repairs by December 12th.
Hold on a second. You're saying the management company refused entry to
Yes,
your unit?
yes.
Go ahead.
So that Wednesday, when they refused, I took off work. I had to go to my supervisor. I said, I don't have any more PTO available. I said, but this is very important to me. Can I get the following inspection date? It's in here.
It's okay. It's
Oh.
okay. I'm here.
Okay. Could I get the following inspection date off? Because I need to be there to let them in. So I was able to let Eric in. Eric explained to me that Rabia had told him that she was not on that email about him coming in to inspect, which she was. They came out to that, well, when he came out to that inspection, it did not pass because of the repairs. Then I reached out to Joy Peterson of RPI Management. She said that if it doesn't pass the second time, they will end their contract with Randolph Court Apartments. So my voucher is ending in April. I've been with them for 5 years. I've been verbally and non-verbally harassed by maintenance techs. My person has been incriminated. They have lied saying that I have barred them entering my home to fix any repairs, which is untrue, which has been found through the investigation as being not true. During this time, I was taking care of my 25-year-old son who was court ordered under mental health treatment. And he's living in a home and I'm being stressed out. I'm already trying to make sure he stays healthy. He eventually got healthy and now he's on his own. He's working a full-time job. But all this, and
right.
They're not doing what's asked.
I got you. All right. I'm going to stop you right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I got a picture of what you're telling me.
Okay.
Okay.
As far as I know, Your Honor, the repairs have been completed.
Not asking that
Oh,
because there seems to be a lot more going on here. And I'm a bit concerned that she's well, there's a number of concerns, but one of the concerns is that she's been there as long as she has, yet her contract with who is her current landlord is now set to expire about 3 months from now. And I'm a bit concerned as to why that's happening if all these repairs have been done, because certainly typically, if the repairs are then completed, that can go right back into effect. So it makes me question as to whether or not the repairs have been done and whether or not there's been a proper inspection.
According, and I have our maintenance guy, here today. According to him, all the required, repairs have been made
No, and that's fine. I mean,
and there was an inspection.
saying, but here's the thing. She's saying they haven't been. You're saying that they have been. That's fine. I guess that's why I'm here. So the real issue is, Ms. Kelly, are you going to get legal representation on this case?
That's another thing. I reached out to legal services and they said I make 43% above the federal poverty line.
Of course
So
you
they
do.
told me to reach out to the state. Bar Association, because they have like a sliding scale fee. And I reached out to someone there and they said they don't have any attorneys available. And I really would
Okay.
like some type of legal representation.
Oh,
It's just a lot for me to.
okay. Hold on a moment. Can you give me, University of Michigan their clinic number? And I don't know who's overseeing. Is it Miss Sullen? Is that right?
Yeah, Sarah.
Okay, put her name as well as, sure. There were a number of numbers that were up on the screen during the presentation. We're going to give you another number to University of Michigan Clinical Law Program. And just get you in and talk to you so you can have some representation. Part of my concern is if there are fair housing issues involved in this, we're going to have some issues. If there are issues regarding repair and then the cessation or termination of her subsidy, we're going to have issues that we have to deal with and we're going to have to sort through. It may very well be, Mr. Weiss, that all of these things aren't connected, that something's happening and they're not connected to any of that. I don't know. But she at least preliminarily points to things that in this court's experience raise huge red flags for me as to what's going on.
Can I ask Ms. Kelly a question?
You can ask me a question and then I'll put it to her. How about that?
I was informed that all the repairs have been made and that there was inspection that was conducted, although the results aren't in at the end of December. Is that correct, Ms. Kelly?
Is that correct, ma'am?
There was an inspection on the 27th. My daughter came over at that time. And that was December 27th, and it did not pass because
Well,
Randolph Court came in the same day of that inspection to finish the repairs, but they couldn't pass it because the repairs were not done.
so on the 27th, the last time there was an inspection, bottom line is it didn't pass.
It didn't pass because they.
Okay, I don't need to know why. It just didn't pass. So we're
and
gonna
I
have a problem.
that here.
So that's okay.
Okay,
So if it didn't pass, it didn't pass. And that's gonna be a huge problem for the plaintiff if she's in a unit that won't pass and she has a subsidy.
Well, if I can have the court ask her what items are still left to be.
Whoa. No. And here's why. Because the inspection is done by basically RPI regarding
Right.
her subsidy. So the landlord, that's one of the reasons they can come by, do the inspection without the tenant being there, which she's saying they didn't let him in, is because that's part of the contract that Randolph Court has with that program. So she might have her complaints. And then there's RBI and others that are gonna have their complaints. So I don't, and so I'm not gonna have her answer that because I don't think it's a fair question, given what I'm hearing. Because she could say, I don't really have any issues. That's fine. If she says I don't have any issues, the problem is if it doesn't pass that inspection, doesn't matter what she thinks.
Well, if I can ask the court to ask her, according to the RPI inspection, what items are deficient?
You guys get a copy of that.
Did we get a copy of that? Yeah, Dominique?
Yes, you guys get a copy of that inspection. She doesn't need to be questioned as to that.
All right. Case is adjourned to when?
I'll do it January 19th, because you're coming back anyway, 2024
At 10 o'clock.
at 10 a.m. Okay, ma'am? Now,
Your Honor.
Your work.
Would you like these forms
okay,
to the courts? Because it also has the time that I had to take off work as well.
okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
I want you to call the clinic,
okay,
okay?
okay,
And see if you can get representation, because they'll put that together for us.
okay, perfect.
If we come here on the 19th and the clinic say they won't represent you, then we'll work through how that's gonna be presented to the court and to opposing counsel.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Thank you. Happy New Year. All right. I think the last time I was here, I was supposed to get a written answer. Did you get that filed?
I have, that available. I went to legal aid, to have them review what I prepared for you. They weren't able to get me in. So this is what I have available today for the written statement.
No.
I have the executive summary in one page
Executive
all-
summary of what?
of the circumstance. You asked for a written statement. I have one.
No. Okay. What I asked for you to file is a written answer. That's under the court rule. I need to have a written answer to the complaint in a format that the court rule provides, which means you have to answer the complaint paragraph by paragraph. And you have to lay that out and attach whatever exhibits you are to it. A copy of that answer then has to be provided to plaintiff's counsel.
Thank you for educating me on the process.
Okay.
As I said, I have this prepared. I was gonna have it reviewed by Miss Tanya over at Legal Aid downtown Ipsy. I saw her on Wednesday. She told me come back on Thursday. I came back on Thursday and they were too busy to take me in. This is what I have, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm sure over the holidays they were busy.
Your Honor, as a reminder,
Counsel,
I know the court's hands are tied here. This is the third hearing on this file. I've got rent, late fees and court costs up to $5,300 at this stage. And as the court may remember, there was originally a file filed by my client in pro per that I had dismissed and refiled to make sure notice was proper. So this has been dragging on for some period of time.
no, I know. I hear you.
Right.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn this out 2 weeks. You need to get that corrected. It has to be in proper form for the court. Counsel for the plaintiff needs a copy of whatever you file with the court.
Before the next appearance.
Well, I want it filed by the 12th. I want it filed within a week. I'm gonna adjourn this out 2 weeks because counsel for the plaintiff is gonna have an opportunity to look at it, and I'm gonna need an opportunity to look at whatever you're filing.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am not going to take any excuses if it's not here. If it's not here, I'm gonna presume there is no answer and I'm gonna issue a default.
Understood.
Because I've given you this is the second time I've given you to go around outside of what happened in the last case. You follow me?
I apparently I didn't. My impression was that I was to show up with a written answer and that's what I've done.
No, I have your written
I'm
answer.
sorry,
Your written answer was due by January 2nd.
Where is that listed, sir? I was.
It's right in my file. I wrote the note. I do it all the time.
May I have someone point that out to me? Doesn't say the third, it says appear on.
Those are my handwritten notes right on the ROA. Written answer, January 2nd, 2024.
May I have a copy of that, sir?
You can get a copy at the clerk's office. I'm not providing you a copy of anything. I ordered it on the record and that's when it was supposed to be here. Even if you believe that it was today, that's not an answer and plaintiff's counsel doesn't have it. So I'm making it very specific. You will provide a written answer in conformity with the Michigan court rules. You will do that no later than close of business on January 12th, 2024.
Yes, sir, I will.
Your Honor, is the court able to order escrows at this time? That rent is continuing to be due.
I can order escrow. What is the monthly rent?
$980, Your Honor.
That's disputed, Your Honor.
Okay, but I'm going to order escrow in that amount. Can you prorate that on a 30-day for me? Yeah.
But sir, they failed to provide a safe housing. He locked me out.
Okay, but listen. 980.
980, okay.
Well, hold on. 980. What's my prorate for January?
Well, it's $33 a day.
Okay,
If I may, Your Honor?
say what? Escrow is ordered in the amount of $858. That's a prorated amount for January. And then in the amount of 980 thereafter. That must be paid 7 days within the date that rent is ordinarily due. Plaintiff's counsel will prepare an escrow order for signing by the court. To that effect, yes.
The ledger, the schedule provided by the plaintiff is not GAAP compliant. It does not show the total amount paid per month by who. It is an insufficient form. And I have all that here. I have a response, sir, that I think is relevant to whether the escrow starts now or in the future, because
Ma'am,
I have copy, for example, if I just may share this part. The Ypsilanti building inspector came and found 12 violations against them, not against me.
the escrow needs to be paid. I will take that into consideration in terms of any counterclaim or other thing that you're filing. But in terms of the escrow, that's what I'm ordering it.
Okay, so Ms. Mills, my caseworker at MISTA, said that I applied for state emergency relief help for the eviction when it originally started back in October, and was told that the landlord must provide a statement. The statement that they provided to the court wouldn't pass any accounting 101 course, sir. It does not show the proper.
For what? They needed to provide a statement for what?
May I hear your question again, Your Honor?
They needed to provide a statement for what? What
This
was
is
the
what I'm referring
purpose
to,
of the
the
statement?
About how much rent is owed, the amount that they're claiming, the fact that they broke the lease, like their response
Okay,
that they
but-
sent has a schedule on it, sir. And I think the court would find it insufficient. I cannot defend myself against vague allegations and incorrect math.
The math ultimately becomes incorrect. That will be straightened out. But right now, I'm ordering escrow in the amount of $980 per month, prorated amount for January in the amount of $858. When you go speak with legal services, certainly they can tell you how to ask this court to reconsider that order. But that's what I'm ordering at this point.
Understood?
Your Honor, the 858, would you like to do within 7 days of the order?
Pardon?
You would
Yes,
like
payment within 7 days of the order.
What happens when I'm unable to pay because I'm indigent and disabled and fixed income? I cannot pay 980. I never did. I paid half of that with a roommate they allowed to break the lease. What?
Okay.
I have
Here's,
everything here, but you don't
Oh.
want to see it.
sir, ma'am, that's not what I'm saying. I need it in the form. Oh, you're gonna turn your back on.
Yes, sir, because you disrespected me right now and I'm
Okay.
vulnerable in the court system.
All right, ma'am, first of all, so that the record is clear, I have not disrespected you in,
Sir, you just did. I hear you say, well, things that you said was, I'm ready when you are. Ma'am,
Ma'am,
it doesn't feel good, does it, sir?
ma'am, don't try to play that with me. I deal with that with students all of the time. I sometimes will make a mistake, but you are not going to have me feel guilty because of that. So if you wish,
Thought, sir. That's what
if
it is.
you want to make that an issue, then you make that an issue. That is not my true thoughts. Answer by January 12th, 2024, close of business as indicated on the record. We'll see everybody January 19th,
What was the time of the 19th?
2020. Pardon?
I didn't hear the time for the 19th, Your Honor. You may have.
January 19th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, folks.
How do I? What you want? Now,
What do you want a copy of?
what you just ordered, what wasn't clear last time. I left here thinking that I'm supposed to come up with a written statement that I've done and you've denied without looking at, right? I just want to know what I'm supposed to do because it is not clear.
You have to file an answer.
And when you say
File-
answer, it needs to be a specific form. What form number, sir?
You have to go and find those. There, you can go to the Supreme Court website. There's a general form of an answer. But I have to have the answer filed in compliance with the Michigan court rules. All right, that's the first thing. And I need that by the 12th. You told me that you're in contact with legal services, correct?
I met with them once and.
Okay.
This week, yes, sir. That's-
Right, so what you need to do and what I had indicated is get back to them. They'll be able to assist you to make sure that it's in the proper form. All right? Have attachments to all of those and file that with the court as well as send that to plaintiff's counsel. All right?
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
And then the other thing is I've ordered escrow. Counsel for the plaintiff is going to be preparing that so that that order will be there. You will get a copy of that order.
Yes, sir.
And that's basically it. And then,
May I have that in writing before I leave? How do I get that in writing? I have memory issues. I'm disabled and I've already made the court aware of this. I need it in writing.
counsel for the plaintiff, will you please prepare an order submitted under the 7-day rule to the court, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
For everything that I ordered. That way there will be written communication.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm
I'll
done.
prepare-
Thank you.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the,
Good day, madam.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. You look real cute.
As do you. Folks, I realize it's like, give me 5 minutes, please. Court stands in recess.
All right.